Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you our first round of spoilers already for the Twilight Wanderer. We are going to be getting 2 spoilers per week on Tuesdays and Fridays, so go ahead and check back in here to see what those are. So today we're going to be talking about the next Alice ruler. So this is Alice, Girl of the Lake. It is storyline-wise after the big battle with the alternate Alice, where all the other rulers kind of sacrifice their lives, or Fairies sacrifices her life to save Alice. Judgment cost of 8, but you can pay 1 less to play this ability for each fairy you control. So what does that mean? So let's flip her over. She becomes Alice, the Fairy Queen. She has flying. She's a 9/9 Queen Fairy. When this card enters your field, recover all fairies you control. God's Art, pay 2 whites. J resonators you control gain plus 200/200. Keep in mind that this is not until the end of turn. It's just a permanent buff. Search your main deck for a card named Excalibur, the Spirit God's Sword, put it into your field, and then shuffle your main deck. So she gets a field pump, she gets a free search for her Regalia, and then so that's a pretty solid God's Art. I really like that a lot. It's cheap, it's encouraged to play because it adds consistency, and it creates that field pump effect. So Excalibur, the Spirit God's Sword. First Regalia to cost any will, costs 2. Your J ruler gains plus 100/100 for each resonator you control. That's really, really large. And then you can tap it to produce one of any of the 5 colors, and you can spend it only to play your fairy resonators. So that, naturally goes towards Alice's deck with the fairies, but can be used for anyone really with this free field, plus 100/100 for each resonator. It's huge. And then you can banish this card to give your J ruler imperishable until the end of the turn. Then we have the spell Chance Grand Cross. So this is Alice using the art on this is sick. It's Alice using Excalibur to create this kind of mythical attack. Remove target addition or resonator that has or shares the highest attack from the game. As long as your J ruler is Alice Fairy Queen, you can pay 2 white less to play its God's Art ability this turn. So essentially what this means is you play Grand Cross, you RFG something, or you do some spot removal, and then you get to play her God's Art for free. That's huge. That's a huge, huge benefit, especially since her God's Art is such a kind of generic kind of buff to the whole field. That's really, really good. I also really like the fact that her armor is clearly, her armor here is clearly the White Rabbit. I don't know if that was on the ruler card. I'll have to go take a look, but I think that's pretty sweet. Then we have the fairies. We have the Light Fairy, Fairy of the Lake. Pay white and a colorless. She's just a 5/5 with flying. Pretty standard. I don't know, it is what it is. The fact that it's only a 5/5 and that it's a 2-drop means that it's very weak to things like Thunder, Dark Pulse, stuff like that, but it's good. Then we have the Wind Sprite, 1-drop resonator. It is a 2/2, and it taps to produce white. So unlike Elvish Priest, who taps to produce green, we have a green card that taps to produce white. So that's pretty interesting. The defense and attack make it a little lackluster, but I don't know, if you're trying to play a white ramp, a white-green fairy ramp or something like that, it would be helpful. Then we have the Flame Sprite, a 1-drop red, 200/300. It has flying and swiftness. I think that's very, very good. I wish it was a 3/3. Sadly it isn't, but the thing is, it also has this tap ability of this card deals 100 damage to target resonator for each fairy you control. So if you already have a pretty flooded board state of fairies, you can play these and immediately tap them to use their burn effect and make some things happen, make some damage happen. And then we have the Water Sprite, Resonator Fairy, 2-drop, 200/300. When this card enters your field, reveal the top card of your main deck. If it's a fairy resonator, put it into your hand. You get kind of some of that draw power for a fairy deck. I could see that being pretty helpful. Again, none of these fairies really have great stats, sadly, but then again, if with with Atlas and her, press Reminiscence of Utopia God's Art, she can give them all that +2/+2, and untap them and recover them and make them do all kinds of crazy stuff. So it could be that fairies have a lot of potential, and there could be some fairies that we haven't seen yet. Obviously, we've only seen 4 cards from the set, so there's a lot out there. Let me know what you guys think. Can't wait to see the next set of spoilers. What do you think of these cards? Do you think they're going to be great? Do you think they're going to be awful? I personally, I'm all about seeing more cards involving Atlas, and I really do like this Regalia a lot. But I'm excited to see what else we have. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe as always, guys. And until next time, this is DM073 signing off.